What's up, artists? Kyle Bohannon here with another episode of the Art of Physical Fitness show, theartofphysicalfitness.com. Today, answering a question via Facebook from Teddy, kind of a follow-up question about my video, I think it was about last week, dealing with milking your progress, chipping away at your strength to be able to develop that strength over time. But what Teddy was wondering is he believes in that concept, but he asked I've often asked is how much time should someone let pass before any gains in strength before they look to make some sort of change? Like, at what point do they say, okay, it is no longer a given time sort of thing, I need to tweak something? I know there are many variables, but what should be the first thing to look at? So, Teddy, my response to that is twofold. First and foremost, kind of the old saying, I know Dan John talks about this a lot, that everything works, but it works for only about 6 weeks. So that's one way to think about it. You know, programs, you need to tweak something at least every 4 to 6 weeks. With the programs I have for the athletes at my gym, I tweak things every 4 weeks, about give or take a week or two here and there. For my own program, it kind of, even though I stick with, say, like I've mentioned before, traditionally I back squat most of the time, but I tweak things on a weekly basis even. So 1 week I'll work up to 3 sets of 3, next week 5 sets of 2, and after that working up to a heavy single. So I'm fluctuating on a weekly basis and varying things on a weekly basis, but not losing sight of the overall plan by sticking with the barbell back squat. So again, within 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, you might want to consider changing up some variables. But again, you can change it up by the week basis. With that said, how long should you stay at something goes a little further. And I would say if you're doing it during a traditional progressive overload approach, 3 sets of 5, or any other type of set and rep scheme, where you're just trying to go in and put more weight on the bar over time, or doing more reps, I would say at the point if you have like a rep expectation, like you want to hit 5s and you go on one time, so you just hit kind of like power to the people, where you hit easy 5s for a while and just add 5 pounds to the bar over and over and over again, but until you can, and then at the point where every day you're adding 5 pounds, or every training session you're adding 5 pounds, and at the point where you can no longer perform 5 pounds with the increase, now that's the time where either you got to take 2 steps back and then to make those 3 steps forward type of approach, or just change things altogether. So with that said, I would say within the approach of maybe back-to-back workouts, consider something. So you go in and you hit, say your goal was to hit 5 reps with, just pulling a number out of my butt here, 250. 5 reps with 250 in the squat, what have you. And you go in and on the first day you hit it for 4 reps. All right, so you think, okay, you know, 1 rep off, next week I can go in, I'm going to be able to hit it. But you go in the next week or the next training session, whenever that might be, and you hit 3 reps. Now at that point, you regress a little bit, or you only hit 4 reps. Now is the point to decide to change some things up a little bit. Either change the exercise or move out of hitting 5s and back off and hit 8s, or get a little heavier and work 2s or 3s, but make that subtle change once you hit that plateau, if you will. So again, 2 ways to go about it, 2 ways that you should go about it. 1, changing your exercises, or just varying how you manipulate it every 1 to 6 weeks. Again, doesn't have to be complete overhaul, just small little variations, changing the reps, or just going from a wide stance squat to a narrow stance squat, something like that. So small variations every 1 to 6 weeks, if you stall on a certain goal and 2 workouts in a row, say shooting for 5 reps or whatever, you either miss it in one workout and you try and get it another time and you're even worse off where you don't hit it. So 2 workouts in a row of not being where you want to be, I would say would be the point to look to make some changes. So Teddy, I hope this answers your question in the fullest. If it didn't, just send me a follow-up and I'll be glad to answer it for you. Everyone else, you got questions too? You know the link. It's right here down here in this corner. Click it, go to that page, fill in your questions, send it my way, and I'll be happy to help you out. Again, this was Kyle Bohannon with theartofphysicalfitness.com, and until next time, best wishes to y'all, and take care.